You guys saw the title. Welcome back to another YouTube video. Thank you so much for coming back. And I know I'm late with the Morbius talk, but I really want to give my 2 cents on this topic, on this movie, because there's a lot coming out about this movie, and now we know a little bit more about the plot and where this is headed. So when I originally found out that this movie was announced, I truly didn't care and I thought it was a stupid move. Personally, for me, I never liked Morbius as a character growing up watching the 90s Spider-Man cartoon. I just thought he was another boring villain. It's just something to give Spider-Man to do. Spider-Man's Dracula, I guess. But now that I've seen the trailer and I now have my full thoughts developed on this, I can confidently say that this movie is a mess. But I'm excited for this mess. And reason being is because I really do feel like Jared Leto is fit for this kind of role, this kind of weird, creepy type role. I mean, he's even said in interviews that he loves this role because he relates to it, which I don't know how I feel about that. But yeah, whatever makes you give the best performance you possibly can, Mr. Leto. The trailer just sets this up where Morbius has this disease, you know, he's on the look to get a cure for his disease, and then boom, the Morbius spell, and now we have the plot. So I just am excited to see who the villain is. Who is the villain? Is there even a villain? Like, what are they going to do with this movie? Where is it going to go? You know, what topics are they going to touch upon? And I'm just really excited to see like how Morbius looks. I hope we get to see Morbius, and I know that costume is corny, but I would love to see him in his original costume. I think they could pull it off, because that costume, in my honest opinion, is not that bad. Like, you could easily modernize that suit and it'd be freaking perfect for the big screen. So I would love to see him wear that at some point in the movie. But to touch upon why this movie is a mess, you guys have already seen it. The Raimi Spider-Man with Murderer in it, Michael Keaton here, Oscorp Tower from Amazing Spider-Man, Rhino and Black Cat from Amazing Spider-Man 2. There's just so much going on with this movie, and people are trying to figure out what this is, like what timeline this takes place in, because we have Michael Keaton, and it looks like Michael Keaton's Vulture is going to play a pretty big part into the movie. He even said in the trailer, hey, we should stay in touch. So what is Michael Keaton doing here, and how is that going to affect the MCU's version of the Spider-Man? I have no clue. I have no clue what this is going to do with the future of Spider-Man and his Marvel movies. So I'm just really here for the ride to see what all is going on. People are saying, oh, well, you know, Sony is making this movie its own timeline thing. Yeah. But that doesn't make sense, because if it was his own timeline thing, we wouldn't have references to like 3 different Spider-Man timelines. It's really weird and confusing, especially that Michael Keaton thing. I really think this movie is going to be a mess due to that. I feel like Michael Keaton's gonna have his little plot line and set up things, whatever he's gonna do, and that's really gonna mess up the flow of the movie a little bit, because it's gonna be like, okay, we got Morbius here, then we have Michael Keaton here, then we have the Spider-Man murderer plot thing. Oh, Venom. This also takes place in Venom, because they reference Venom. So is this movie a part of the Venomverse 2? Like, where is this movie taking place? And it's really a confusing mess, especially for fans like me who want to know, like, what are we really getting into? What is really going on? How do these plot lines interact with one another? Will Morbius be in No Way Home? Like, what does this leave open for the future? So I'm just really confused on a ton of aspects about this movie, which is going to make this movie a mess. I'm plain and simple, is going to make this movie a mess. But I'm going to enjoy it because, like I said, Jared Leto really fits this role. And I'm just really excited to see how he plays it, how he portrays the evil darkness. The comedy, I don't know how I feel about the comedy, because Morbius is kind of, I've never, in my experience with watching Morbius on like the cartoons and stuff, I don't think Morbius has ever like joked. I could be wrong, but I don't think Morbius has ever joked. He's very serious, very stern in his beliefs and such like that. So I don't know how I feel about the comedy, and the comedy is kind of like, not my cup of tea. Comedy is very subjective, so that might be a cup of tea, while for me, it very much is not. So yeah, but I'm just really excited to see the action, how Morbius deals with getting that Dracula demon vampire in it. Is he an anti-hero? What are his motives? How does the Dracula demon affect him? So as someone who does not like the character of Morbius, I'm actually pretty excited for this movie. So that, my friends, are my thoughts on the Morbius movie so far. I would also like to point out, I think it's funny how we literally know near nothing besides the trailers and stills that we've seen from Morbius. We really don't know too much. But for No Way Home, yeah, I know you guys have seen those leaks. So, but thank you guys so much for watching. Are you excited for Morbius? Do you not like the character of Morbius? I would love to have a discussion with you guys in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you guys on my next YouTube video. Peace.